Hello, today's daily reading comes from the book of the Apocrypha. We're reading from the book of Jubilees, chapter 34, and it reads as follows. In the 6th year of this week of the 44th Jubilee, Jacob sent his sons and his servants to pasture their sheep in the pastures of Shechem. The 7 kings of the Amorites assembled themselves together to fight against them and kill them. They hid themselves under the trees to take their cattle as booty. Jacob, Levi, Judah, and Joseph were in the house with Isaac their father, for his spirit was sorrowful, and they could not leave him. Benjamin was the youngest, and for this reason he remained with his father. The king of Taphu, the king of Arisa, the king of Saragon, the king of Selo, the king of Gos, the king of Bethoron, the king of Mananiscar, and all those who dwell in these mountains, and who dwell in the woods in the land of Canaan came. They announced to Jacob, saying, Look, the kings of the Amorites have surrounded your sons and plundered their herds. And he left his house, he and his 3 sons, and all the servants of his father and his own servants, and he went against them with 6,000 men who carried swords. He killed them in the pastures of Shechem and pursued those who fled, and he killed them with the edge of the sword, and he killed Aresa and Tafu and Segan and Selo and Amari, Sekir and Gaga as and he recovered his herds. He conquered them and imposed tribute on them that they should pay him 5 fruit products of their land. He built the cities of Rebel and Timataris. He returned in peace and made peace with them, and they became his servants until the day that he and his sons went down into Egypt. In the 7th year of this week, he sent Joseph from his house to the land of Shechem to learn about the welfare of his brothers. He found them in the land of Dothan. They dealt treacherously with him and formed a plot against him to kill him, but they changed their minds and sold him in Ishmaelite merchants, two Ishmaelite merchants. They brought him down into Egypt and they sold him to Potiphar, the eunuch of Pharaoh, the chief of the cooks and priest of the city of Elu. The sons of Jacob slaughtered the kid and dipped Joseph's goat coat in the blood and sent it to Jacob their father on the 10th of the 7th month. They brought it to him in the evening, and he mourned all the night. He became feverish with mourning for Joseph's death, and he said, An evil beast has devoured Joseph. All the members of his house mourned and grieved with him that day. His sons and his daughter got up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted for his son. On that day, Bilhah heard that Joseph had perished, and she died mourning him. She was living in Horateph. And Dinah, his daughter, died after Joseph had perished. There were now 3 reasons for Israel to mourn in 1 month. They buried Bilhah next to the tomb of Rachel, and Dinah, his daughter, they were all buried there. He mourned for Joseph 1 year and did not cease, for he said, Let me go down to my grave mourning for my son. For this reason it is ordained for the children of Israel that they should remember and mourn on the 10th of the 7th month. On that day the news came which made Jacob weep for Joseph. On this day they should make atonement for their sins for themselves with a young goat of the 10th of the 7th month, once a year, for they had grieved the sorrow of their father regarding Joseph his son. This day once a year has been ordained that they should grieve on it for their sins and for all their transgressions and for all their errors, so that they might cleanse themselves. After Joseph perished, the sons of Jacob took to themselves wives. The name of Reuben's wife is Ada, and the name of Simeon's wife is Adlabus, a Canaanite. The name of Levi's wife is Melchah, of the daughters of Aram, of the offspring of the sons of Terah. The name of Judah's wife is Basul, a Canaanite. The name of Issachar's wife is Hezekiah, and the name of Zebulon's wife is Niman. The name of Don's wife is Eglah. The name of Naphtali's wife is Razu of Mesopotamia. The name of Gad's wife is Makkah. The name of Asher's wife is Jonah. The name of Joseph's wife is Asenath the Egyptian. The name of Benjamin's wife is Ejaska. And Simeon repented and took a second wife from Mesopotamia, as his brothers had done. Amen.